Okay, so the Connemara basic step, it's made up of two main pieces, shuffles and stamps. So we're going to start off this class just with a nice little warm up, and we're going to start stamping our feet. So stamps are nice and natural. It's just one foot to another. We go on to our right foot, we go on to our left foot. Stamp and stamp and stamp and stamp. Stamp and stamp and stamp and stamp. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. And as we're doing these stamps, I'm calling them out in the rhythm of the tune. So this is a nice way to get the rhythm of the tune into your body, into your feet, and also into your ears. Right and left and right and left. Stamp and stamp and stamp and stamp. Stamp, stamp, stamp and stamp. Right, left, right and left. Now we're going to start stamping again. And what I would like you now to do, it's something we actually don't do very often, because stamping from one foot to the other is so natural to us. It's what we did as babies when we learned to walk first. So we don't even think about it. It's so second nature. But I want you to start thinking about your stamps now. And I want you to start thinking about the mechanics of something that's so natural. Because as a dancer, it's a very good skill to have, to always think of the work that goes into very simple movements in your body. When you get aware of those, it helps you create new steps in the future, which is a skill that you work towards in Sean-Nós dancing as you move up through the levels. So to think about the mechanics of these stamps, I just want to be aware of two things. Every time you stamp, you'll notice all of your body weight goes onto that foot. And you can feel all of your body weight on that foot because you'll be able to wiggle the other foot. So that means there's no weight on the other side. It's all thrown onto your stamping foot. So we'll do that again. Stamp onto your right and just be aware of how all your body weight goes down onto your right foot. And stamp. And we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, stamp. 1, 2, 3, stamp. 1, 2, 3, stamp. Now, another thing I want you to be aware of is as you stamp, look what happens to the other foot. See what happened to my left foot? It instantly left the floor. It instantly raised up, ready to do its own bit of work, which is the next stamp. So in a way, your body is already ahead of you. It's doing the work, getting prepared, without you being aware of it whatsoever. So watch now as I stamp one foot to the other. You'll see that the next foot automatically lifts itself off the floor, ready to do its turn. And that's what moves us from one foot to another. And it's very important in your dancing to be aware of how your body can move from one side to another. So watch my stamps now for a bit, and then I'll get you to join in. But just watch first for those things in my feet. Right, left, stamp, stamp, stamp and stamp, 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 stamp. Okay, so join in with me now and we'll do a blast of those stamps, and we'll just keep those two things in our mind, where our body weight goes and how our foot gets ready to do the next side, so that we keep moving side to side and the step keeps progressing, the stamps progress. Okay, off we go, right foot first. Stamp and stamp, stamp and stamp, stamp and stamp, stamp and stamp, 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 stamp and stamp, stamp and stamp, stamp and stamp. Okay, so that's the stamps done. And I'll just ask you all again one more time, if you could just check the settings on your meeting there and just make sure that your microphone is turned to mute. So I won't be hearing anything from your side. So just have a little check there at the bottom of the screen that you are turned on to mute. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the shuffles. So the shuffles are the next piece that comes into the Connemara basic step. There's a little bit more work in a shuffle now. And I'm going to show you what shuffles look like fast, full speed first. And I'll go all the way around so you can see them from every angle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Now you see, when I go this side, a lot of the work is in my heels hitting the floor. Do you notice how my toes are nearly heading up towards the ceiling? Now, I'm sure that's a little bit exaggerated because I've quite a long shoe on me this evening. But as I'm dancing, you can see all of that part of my foot is faced up and I'm hitting the floor really with one heel after another. So the heels are doing most of the work in my shuffles. From that angle, you should see just one heel hits off the floor after another. From the back, it's very much driven by the heels. And that would be quite a local way for us to dance our shuffles. We would call it kind of close to the floor, heel-centric dancing. So heels down all the way, as opposed to shuffling with the ball of our foot, which we do, but in other steps. In our basic step, our shuffles are very neat and very close to the floor. So let's see what goes into a shuffle. So like I said, the heel is so important. The heel does all the driving work. So it starts off, our heel makes a beat on the floor by hitting off the floor. So we'll try that all together. I want you to hit off the floor and make a beat. All together on 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And from this side, you can see I'm very, very pronounced, hitting off the floor for just the heel of my foot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So when the heel hits off the floor, we call that the shuff. That's the shuff bit of shuffle. So heel off the floor is shuff. And the next bit is nice and simple. You don't have to think about it. Just put your foot back down where it started. And that's your second beat. So you can really see it's all about the heel, and then you put your foot away basically. And when you call it out, you call it this way. Shuffle. Heel goes out, put it back down. Shuffle. 1, 2. 1, 2. All together with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. 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 Okay, from this side we'll go again. Right foot, ready. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. It'll feel much more natural and much more comfortable when you go one foot to another. So working both feet, just like walking, it makes a lot more sense. If we were to only ever walk around with one foot, we would feel really, really strange. And the shuffles are like that. They become so second nature, they will really feel just like walking around. You won't give them a second thought. Okay, so we bring in the left side now and see if it feels a little bit more comfortable. So left side again, same thing. The heel drives the beat in the shuffle. So we start off and we just hit our heel off the floor to make a nice clean beat. Shuff. And let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, shuff. And again, 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 1, 2, 3, shuff. Okay, let's try from this side. So the shuff part of shuffle is the heel hitting the floor, the first beat. So all together, you'll see really clearly here now at this angle, it's my heel doing all the work, heel hitting off the floor. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, shuff. 1, 2, 3, shuff. 1, 2, 3, shuff. 1, 2, 3, shuff. Okay, now we'll bring in all of the word shuffle, all of our beats. So on our left foot, the shuff part is the heel hitting the floor, shuff. And the L part, second bit, no thinking, nice and simple, put your foot back where you started. So when they go together, it sounds and looks like this. Shuffle. Our heel hits the floor and we put it back down, all of our foot where it started. Shuffle. 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 All together with me on 3. 1, 2, 3, shuffle. 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 Okay, we have both sides now. So let's see if it starts to come in a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more second nature to go from one foot to another. So we're going to start with the shuffle on our right foot. Heel makes the beat off the floor, put your foot away. Then we go straight over to the left side. Heel hits off the floor, put it away. So I'll do one first and then you can join in with me. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, on 3, start with your right foot. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, I'm going to try now from this angle. And we're going to drill it again, nice and slowly. And I often think of the shuffles as if you had a little bit of chalk there on the heel of your shoe, or a small bit of paint, and you had a completely clean floor, and you wanted to leave some chalk marks or some paint marks on the floor. You could only use your heel to make those marks. So you would hit the floor with one heel after another to make those marks on the floor. A little bit like when you scuff the floor and you get in trouble. But this time you're not going to get in trouble because it's the aim of the game. And you'll often see where there's been a couple of Sean-Nós dancers gathered, and if they're dancing on a wooden floor, you can go back in afterwards and you'll see all over the floor these lines where the heels have hit off the floor, or if they have metal on their shoe like I wear sometimes, you'll see the metal gone in on the floor. So I've often gotten into trouble after gigs for things like that. So I have to be really conscious of where I'm dancing and how much work I do with my heels. So we'll try that again. So if that helps you get the idea of the shuffle, think of that. Just making marks on the floor with one heel after another. So we're really just like marching. We are just moving from one foot to another, but the beat is coming by hitting our heels as we move one foot to another. Okay, let's try that on 3. Right foot first. Heel hits the floor, starting off our shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, 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 heel and heel and heel and heel. Kick and kick and kick and kick. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Heel and heel and heel and heel. Kick and kick and kick and kick. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, let's drill some more. And again, we're going to start right foot first, one foot to another. And like I said, just try and think of it like marching, but all of the beat is coming by hitting the floor, one heel after another. And nice, neat steps. It's a good idea from the very beginning in Sean-Nós dancing to keep your feet close to each other as you dance. Keep them also close to the floor as you dance. Although you will notice as I teach, I will exaggerate things just so you get a really clear idea of what's happening. But as you're practicing, try to keep everything close to the floor and feet close to each other. And that will start you in the idea of very neat and tidy stepping. So we'll start off right foot again and we'll drill our shuffles. So right foot, heel off the floor, away we go. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, one more time from this angle. A nice drill through, and then we'll be ready to bring in the stamps, and that's everything we need to dance the step. So right foot starts the shuffles, off we go. Shuffle, 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 heel and heel and heel and heel. Kick and kick and kick and kick. Kick, 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 kick and kick. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Now we need to go a little bit faster because the shuffles are in double time. They're a real filler piece. They fill out other items in the step that sort of punctuate the step. So you move very, very fast with your shuffles. And a good guide is that you nearly move faster than you can say the word. So I'll give you an idea of how fast we need to get in our drill and what we're aiming for. So just watch this. You'll notice that I'll get tongue-tied and I'll be going so fast I won't be able to say the words. Okay. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. So yeah, I always get tongue-tied there. That's the ideal speed. So it's a little bit like jogging, as fast as you can go, but you're hitting your heels off the floor just the way you would jog on the spot. You're moving from one foot to the other as fast as you can go. So we're going to go super fast now and see if you can keep up with me, or maybe go faster than me if you can. That would be amazing. And as you're dancing these shuffles, popping from one foot to another, just be conscious of your upper body. Keep your hips nice and loose. Keep your knees nice and loose. And your arms, your shoulders, your neck, your head, they're all there to help you get the step out. So if you need to bend your elbows the way you would when you're running or jogging, do that. If you need to twist your body a little bit, the way you would if you were marching on the spot, do all of that. Do whatever you need with the rest of your body to get those steps out as fast as you can, nice and natural. Okay, off we go. We will build the speed up as we go along. So starting off, right foot shuffling and shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, let's try that from this angle. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Okay, so Sean-Nós dancing, it's such a lovely dance to learn because I think it always connects you very much to your history, your culture, your traditions. The more you learn in your steps, the more you learn about the dancers who put these steps together and pass them on and the places they were from. So Sean-Nós is a great way to learn about history and culture, but it's also very aerobic, as much as you want to make it. So if you want to keep fit and healthy and flexible, all of these sort of steps and drills are a great workout as well. Okay, so let's start off right foot. We'll do the same thing again. We'll start at our normal speed from what we've learned, and we'll push it, push it, push it as fast as we can go. Okay, shuffling again, one heel after another, like you're jogging on the spot. Ready, go. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Very good. Yeah, that's a nice workout. Okay, so again, nice deep breath. And breathe out. Okay, so those are the double time as fast as you can go. That's the speed we need them. The stamps come in slower. So there's that pause, there's that bit of space to stamp and have a think about the shuffles coming up super fast again. So there's a nice balance in the step. You're not racing through the step as you go through it. So we're going to start putting the step all together now. We have our building blocks, all our material is there, shuffles and stamps. Now it's just about putting them together in the pattern that complements the music and matches the tune. So I'm going to dance it through first. You can just watch me there. If you want to take a little bit of a drink after all of your shuffles and have a little bit of a breather while I do this little bit, fire ahead. So the step is going to look like this. It's in a pattern, really repetitive, the one thing over and over again. 2 shuffles, stamp the floor. 2 shuffles, stamp the floor. So it looks like this. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. 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 Now I'm going to do one more time, and just be aware of those things we looked at. The stamps. All of your body weight goes onto that stamp. The other foot automatically comes off the floor, ready to do the next bit of work. So as I dance the step again, watch that naturally come in and watch how it moves me from side to side through the step. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. 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 And from this angle, I'll do it one more time. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. 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 Okay, let's start building it up. So it starts off right foot. We're going to bring in our first shuffle. So that's heel just hitting off the floor to make shuffle. Left foot then brings in a shuffle. Shuffle. And then we start off with our very first stamp. Those stamps that we looked at the beginning. Right foot. Put all of your weight on the stamp. And as you throw all of your weight down, automatically the other foot will leave the floor. Okay, let's do that much all together. Starting with the right foot, bringing in our 2 shuffles. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. And again, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. And again, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. Okay, so because you threw all your body weight on the stamp, the left foot's up in the air, ready to do the next bit of work. And that's what's going to bring the step to the opposite side. So now our left foot automatically ready to go can do the shuffle. Shuffle on the left, shuffle. Bring in a shuffle on the right, shuffle. And now we're going to stamp onto our left foot, all of our body weight on it. Stamp. Okay, let's do all of that together. So we're going to start with a shuffle on our left foot. Shuffle, shuffle on the right, shuffle, stamp onto the left, stamp. And again, coming in from the left side. Left foot shuffle, 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 stamp onto the left, stamp. And again, shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the left. And again, shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the left, stamp. And again, shuffle, shuffle, stamp. One more time. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Okay, let's try the 2 sides together. And that's everything that you need for this step, because we do 2 sides over and over and over again. It's a real driving, rhythmic step. And that often comes in with so much repetition. So repetition is great in that you only have to learn the first bit and then dance it over and over again. But as well as that, repetition is lovely because it makes a beautiful sound with the music and it drives that rhythm. Okay, so we're going to do all of what we have so far. We're going to start with our right foot, bringing in 2 shuffles, stamp then onto the right. Then we're going to switch sides, Bringing in our shuffles from the left and then stamping on the left. Right foot shuffle to start. All together, off we go. Shuffle, shuffle, onto the right, step. Left foot, shuffle, shuffle, onto the left, stamp. And that's it, all of that together again. Right foot, off we go. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the left. And again, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the right. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp onto the left. All together, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, onto the right, stamp. And left foot, shuffle, shuffle, onto the left foot, stamp. Okay, now to get a sense of the rhythm, I'm just going to call the step out. Shuffle, shuffle, 1, shuffle, shuffle, 2. And I want you to follow me from side to side as we move through those main elements of the step. So we'll all start on our right foot. We'll see if we can build up the speed a little bit as we go. Right foot, we're just going to keep moving from one side to the other as we go through. Right foot, start shuffling, off we go. Shuffle, shuffle, 1, shuffle, shuffle, 2. All of that again, right foot, shuffle, shuffle, 1, shuffle, shuffle, 2. And again, 1, 2, 3, shuffle, shuffle, 1, shuffle, shuffle, 2. Okay, now we're going to keep it going from one side to another. And all you have to remember is after every stamp with your free leg, just bring in your next shuffle. Okay, right foot starts, and I'm going to keep it going over and over again, and we're going to get all the way up to number 8. So we count our stamps up to 8 stamps, and that will fill 8 bars of music. Okay, right foot starts, off we go. Shuffle, shuffle, 1. Shuffle, shuffle, 2. Shuffle, shuffle, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, 4. Shuffle, shuffle, 5. Shuffle, shuffle, 6. Shuffle, shuffle, 7. Shuffle, shuffle, 8. And that's it. That is the basic step. That's all of the elements in it, done start to finish. And now it's just about getting really comfortable with it and drilling it. So I'm going to dance from this side now, just so you get another angle of exactly what's going on and how I'm positioning my feet. I often get asked about the stamps, if I stamp all of my foot down or if I stamp just the top. It changes for me. I'm quite a light dancer and I spend a lot of time up on my tippy toes. Every dancer is different. Some dancers are much more earthed and grounded and heavier on their feet. I will change in my classes from being down flat with my stamps to up on my tippy toe. And that's just an individual style thing. You will find what you're comfortable with as well. The main thing is that we make the beat, that we hold the rhythm. And whether we're doing that with all of the ball of our foot as we stamp or just the tops, the sound is the same. And in Sean-nós dancing, it's all about the sound and the percussion. So don't worry too much about things like that. As long as we all stamp the floor together at the same time, we're golden, we're flying it. Okay, so from this angle, let's start again. Right foot to shuffle. Ready and go. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp, shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, shuffle, 3. Shuffle, shuffle, 4, shuffle, shuffle, 5, shuffle, shuffle, 6, shuffle, shuffle, 7, shuffle, shuffle, 8. And from this angle, right foot to start, off we go. Shuffle, shuffle, 1, shuffle, shuffle, 2, shuffle, shuffle, 3, shuffle, shuffle, 4, shuffle, shuffle, 5, shuffle, shuffle, 6, shuffle, shuffle, 7, shuffle, shuffle, 8. And one more time before we wrap up. We'll dance nice and slowly through it. And just again, try to keep your feet close to each other and feet close to the floor. Right foot shuffling, away we go. Shuffle, shuffle, 1, shuffle, shuffle, 2, shuffle, shuffle, 3, shuffle, shuffle, 4, shuffle, shuffle, 5, shuffle, shuffle, 6, shuffle, shuffle, 7, shuffle, shuffle, 8. Right, everyone, so if you want to turn back on your microphones, I am conscious of the time, so we're at our 40 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this meeting. So if you lose me now as we hit the limit on the time here with Zoom, I'm going to hit refresh and just check you might have to log back in. So